and welcome to Rising. So glad to have you here watching us. It's going to be a great show today. More news to discuss regarding Tucker Carlson. Who else?
Who else, indeed, Robbie? Well, first up, according to salacious new reporting in Vanity Fair, Fox Corporation chair Rupert Murdoch removed Tucker Carlson from the air over religious remarks the host made during a speech last Friday night. Quote, "That stuff freaks Rupert out. He doesn't like all the spiritual talk," a source told reporter Gabriel Sherman. We've got some video from that speech. Let's watch.
When people or crowds of people, or the largest crowd of people at all, which is the federal government, the largest human organization in human history, decide that the goal is to destroy things, destruction for its own sake. Hey, let's tear it down. What you're watching is not a political movement. It's evil. Maybe we should all take just like 10 minutes a day to say a prayer about it. I'm serious. Like, why not? And I'm saying that to you, not as some kind of evangelist. I'm literally saying that to you as an Episcopalian. The Samaritans of our time. I'm coming to you from the most humble and lowly theological position you can. I'm literally an Episcopalian, okay? And even I have concluded it might be worth taking just 10 minutes out of your busy schedule to say a prayer for the future. And I hope you will.
Sherman also reports on a key dinner between Murdoch and his then fiancée and Carlson that took place last year. Apparently, this is all according to Gabriel Sherman, which I'll give you my opinion on in a moment. But Murdoch was, according to Sherman, so unnerved about this ultra-religious fiancée that calling Carlson a, quote, messenger from God, he actually ended their engagement just days after that dinner took place. Sources told Vanity Fair that Fox ultimately settled its legal dispute with Dominion because Fox lawyers did not want 92-year-old Rupert to testify, as apparently it would reveal that he's in an advanced state.
According to additional reporting, the Politique Republic on Substack was quoted as saying that Carlson's prior $1.6 million per month contract has as much as 18 months remaining. Fox CEO Lachlan Murdoch and Carlson were in the middle of negotiating an extension through 2029 when the Murdochs decided to bench him instead. They don't want Tucker going anywhere, and they're going to force him to sit on the bench for months as they recover from his departure.
All right, so a lot to go over here. First of all, you know, the report about the Rupert Murdoch not being comfortable with the religious tone of Tucker's speech, which we played some of.
Maybe we should just read it.
Very skeptical. I'm very skeptical of that. But
why is it that you're so skeptical of that?
I mean, the network has tons of very religious, very socially conservative content all the time. What Tucker said in those remarks, I didn't find to be particularly more. I mean, this is a network that has employed like Mike Huckabee and people like that. You know,
sure, I agree.
Fanatical.
So I looked up, some other comments that were said. Apparently, elsewhere in the address, Carlson called abortion child sacrifice, and he cast American politics as a battle between good and evil. And his solution was to take 10 minutes a day to say a prayer about it. So there was a little bit more than what we just saw in that clip. But I agree. It seems to me that there has never been any hesitation about the religiosity of the discourse on 100%. Fox News, especially in an earlier era. In the early aughts, in the Bush years, I feel like evangelicals, religiosity was much more in the foreground of Republican conservative political thought. And the idea that was fine, the kind of Huckabee Sanders of the world were fine, and now some remarks that were given not even on Fox's own program were the cause of this breakup. It doesn't quite pass the smell test to me.
Sort of meeting between the three of them, and then he breaks it off with the fiance, and Tucker being her favorite. That sounds like a plot line out of Succession or something, not necessarily something that corresponds with reality. Gabriel Sherman, wrote a very popular book about Roger Ailes. Fox denied tons of the anecdotes there within. You have to make up your own mind. But for all the theories of what went wrong between Fox and Tucker Carlson, I don't find this one particularly.
Kalalah Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem, Rahakodash, and double honors to the elders of GMS Ruel. Blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing this word in all sincerity. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah. Today's lesson, not believing and despising the word. And as you just heard from the video, Tucker Carlson got removed because of his religious remarks, showing you that this word is truly hated upon this wicked system, upon this wicked worldly society. But even so, this is one of the major reasons why the Lord put his men in the four corners of this earth to warn his people of the great tribulation that was to come. All these things were prophesied to happen in these last days. And one of the prophecies of the Holy Bible has said that the Lord, Yahweh, Yahushai, would give you pastors according to his heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Meaning that there are truthful men out there speaking this truth, in which they hate. But with that being said, let's go over to Jeremiah 3:15. Now, I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but it's raining. Salakia for that. But here we have Jeremiah 3:15, and it says, "And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding." And it is the Lord, Yahweh Yahushai, that speaks by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began, according to the scripture of Luke 1:70. The Lord speaks through the mouth of his men. True knowledge and understanding is increasing throughout the earth due to his men speaking truth upon the four corners of the earth. Knowledge shall increase according to the scripture of Daniel 12:4. And as a matter of fact, all knowledge is increasing. The scripture of Matthew 24:14 has said, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And that time draws near." We are closer than ever. And in this faith and truthful gospel of ours, that good news of ours, there are believers as well as non-believers. With that being said, let's go over to Romans 3:3 and 4. Romans 3:3. "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make their faith of the Most High without effect? God forbid. Yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged." And when it comes to unbelievers, they shall die in their unbelief. The scriptures do say, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness?" And that brings us over to 2 Corinthians 6:14. 2 Corinthians 6:14. "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?" None whatsoever. The etymology of the word yoke, which is a noun, means to be joined together. So in other words, do not be coupled or attached with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness? So in other words, do not be united, joined, or linked together with unbelievers, because they will corrupt you when it comes to the things of the world. They'll want to get you right back into the world. Do not be linked to unbelievers the same way oxen are yoked together with one another. And being yoked with unbelievers will lead you back to that bondage, to that servitude, to that enslavement of the system. And we all know that the true wicked of the earth will always hate the light, the righteous light. That's why Tucker Carlson was removed from the air, because of his religious remarks, as they stated in the video. That's why our videos are being removed more so now than ever, because this biblical word of truth is getting to them. And it's piercing their very souls. With that being said, let's go straight to Hebrews 4 and 12. Hebrews 4 and 12, for the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Quick, this word is quick, for the word of the Most High is quick, meaning it brings us back to life. And words are more hurtful than an ass whooping, because words tend to pierce and go straight to the heart, meaning the mind. The word is fire, according to the scripture of Jeremiah 5 and 14. You see? But we all know that unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. And that is found in the scripture of Titus 1 and 15. Titus 1 and 15. Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure, but even their mind and conscience is defiled. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure. That's plain. That's why they say the things they say and do the things they do, because their mind and conscience is defiled. And whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, according to the scripture of Proverbs 13 and 13. And that is exactly what's coming unto the haters and unbelievers, pure destruction. And that's why they remove our videos, because these words are piercing. Because it's the truth, and the truth hurts. With that being said, let's go over to Proverbs 13 and 13. Proverbs 13 and 13. Whoso despises the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded. And those that fear the commandments are the hopeful elect of the Lord. So in other words, destruction is coming for those who despise the word, and unto those that fear the commandments shall be rewarded. Proverbs 1 and 7 says, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Yahushai, is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. And few prophecies remain, especially the Sihip of Revelation 13, 16 through 18, to come in full swing. It's going to be mandatory. But whosoever takes it shall also be destroyed. Do not take the Sihip. Do not. The end of the system and of the wicked is nearly at its end. That's why 2 Esdras 6 and 9 says the following. 2 Esdras 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau, Edom, represents the wicked left-hand side and is the end of this current wicked world. But Jacob, on the other hand, represents the righteous of the earth, which consists of so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. You are the true 12 tribes of Israel, and the beginning of it that followeth. A new righteous chapter will begin for the nation of Israel. That's why we always say, Israel, seek the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai, while he yet may be found, because great tribulation cometh our way. It's on its way. But with that being said, Kalalah Malak Yahweh, Wa Yahushai Ba'ashem, Rahakudash, and double honors to the elders of GMS Ruel, blessings unto those men, and blessings and salutations to the Akim out there in truth, pushing this word in all sincerity. With that being said, Shalom Israel, Barakatah.